Well, good morning again from Aaron's Family Farms. A blistering 90-something degrees already here in central Mississippi. I think it's like almost 8 and I'm already drenched, ready for my second shirt of the morning. But I wanted to show you first thing of these cows are on new pasture. I put it in a familiar spot. They've been in this pasture before, and I put it in a background that you might remember if you've watched previous videos, where this big sweet gum fell and tore up 80 foot of the fence. And so anyway, haven't posted in a while for these 100-degree days and selling chickens. Also in the midst, had a sick spell, and for anybody that knows me and has known me for a little while, I'm the guy that doesn't get sick. And so had a bit of a scare about a week or so ago, and your prayers would be appreciated on that. But moving forward, I'm back. I'm 100%, and we're getting ready. We moved cows. That was my plan this morning anyway. But last night, any farmer knows as soon as you get away from the farm, something happens. And they knocked a gate down, just a little temporary gate I put up to divide pastures, and they made themselves at home here. And a buddy of mine, he comes and he feeds the hogs for me. He slops them with some watermelon rinds, tomatoes, stuff out of the garden, some food off the table. And he just comes over whenever, and he noticed that they were over here, so he closed the gate for me, which that was a blessing. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. So, but they didn't have water, so we left them access to the previous paddock. Well, this morning, if you can hear that behind me, I'm filling up their new water tank. And but the plans are, after this, I'm going to cut a little grass, try to get the yard looking like people live here, and then later on I'm going to rotate the hogs again and probably bush hog some of that. We're supposed to have rain tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so let's pray for that does happen, and maybe some Wednesday. That would be a blessing, because it's pretty dry and pretty hot. I think it's going to knock the temp down to the low 90s, which that's what for us would be a cold front. So we'll surely enjoy that blessing. But I wanted to take a moment, and I want to dedicate this video to my best little buddy, Rhett Easterling. This video is for you, buddy. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to show y'all what's going on in the heat of the day right now. It's only, I don't know, 95 degrees here in central Mississippi. It's getting up to 98 today, and I wanted to show y'all a little trick that the cows learn. So we have this great big old field that goes all the way down there to the compost shed, up to the chicken house here, fence line. And but what the cows have found is this hedge they get right here on the edge of the field is a good spot for a bull to take a nap. I don't want to get too close to him and aggravate him. But I got another cow over there. There's a calf in here somewhere. But yeah, they just come on in here and have a good old nap. Get out of the heat. No joke, y'all. It's probably, I don't know, I'd say 10 degrees cooler here in the shade. But yeah, very resourceful. A nice cool spot to hang out in the middle of the day. There's the little calf. I don't know if you can see him over there. And of course the big old bull right here. Yeah, he's getting frustrated me being in here. Suey! Suey! They sure love their watermelon. Good 98-degree day in the shade, chomping on some watermelon. So we've turned the pigs out on new pasture, and I let it get pretty bad just to show a good contrast. This right here is kind of moonscape, but this is their little neutral spot. There's a lot of shade, and soon the pears will be falling, a few more months. So, but ran the fence right through here, and then of course you can see it going down. They have all this, and yeah, they're enjoying the Johnson grass and all these other, but it comes back. There's my corner, ties back into the existing here. So a good, let's see, before and after of the second paddock. So this is ideally what we're doing. We're letting them have the whole pasture in, say, I don't know, was that 45 feet, 40 feet? And then same here, and just keep sectioning it off. And I don't know if I've said so in previous videos, but the next paddock is nothing but a bowl. Just it's almost impossible to bush hog. You have to wait for a drought. Sometimes later summer months when it gets real hot and we don't have any rain, I can bush hog it. I got a chance during the spring to bush hog it. It's the only reason it's not head high. But the pigs are out, they're enjoying it. You guys tell me, are they getting any bigger? This was is Big Mama. Yep, and here's the other little guys, the little red male here. This is the little female we got from IAG, and of course everybody knows Hagar. I asked him, I texted him privately, and I was like, hey, is Hagar pregnant? He's like, no, she was 2 months away from any males. He had her isolated so she could farrow. But we come to the conclusion, he said that it's probably all that grass you got them on. They're getting big and fat on it. So yeah, big fat healthy hogs. She's grown a whole lot, and she's the one I got from Jose. She's a leaner and longer than, say, this little female here, this little portly girl right here that came from IAG. So different bloodlines, but you know, still good meat. Yeah, look at happy hogs. Well, once again, I've started the work and have not picked up the camera. What I'm working on this morning is countertops. I've already gone through and taken the table saw, and I've ripped the little factory edge to make a nice, clean, crisp edge. There they go out there, if you can see those. So, and the plan of action next is a ton of Gorilla Glue, and then I'm going to use pocket screws to pull these together several times down through there. Then we will take the glue, place it in there, of course, and use pipe vices to squeeze it together. I have no idea what this is going to turn out to look like. I'm a graduate of YouTube University, and I saw somebody do it. And if I see somebody do it, that means I can do it, or so I think. So this is the beginning stages: raw, unfinished, unsanded, primed, unpainted, urethane. Just this is the very beginning stage. So pray for me. All right, here we are the next day. I have cut, glued, screwed, and actually put a what's called slate stain on this to give it kind of a grayish look. Now the cabinets, of course, they're unfinished, and we put it in place. So this is it. I'm underneath now, and I'm starting to mount the countertop to the cabinets themselves. And you got to take the drawers out to do so, because the mounts are up underneath in the corners of each section. These are actually, this is a 30-inch, there's a 60-inch and a 36-inch. These come from local, Lowe's, and not too expensive. I think the sink base here was 180 something bucks, not too bad. These were somewhere around the 120 mark. We even have the cabinets up top that go with it. And of course, we haven't finished the sheetrock and all that stuff yet, but but we're wanting a kitchen sink ASAP. So we're fast forwarding past, receptacles and painting and window trim and all this other stuff. Even light fixtures we haven't put in yet, so we can get to installing a sink. So come with me underneath here, and I'm going to show you how we mount. Just pardon the angle. Can you see this? All right, so here are those pocket screws that I mentioned. They sell a Craig jig system that goes in at an angle, and it pulls these two together when you screw them. And of course, there's another set here. And just for added security, I can't back up anymore, I'm under a cabinet, but you put a 1x and you screw with, of course, you glue it and screw it. So extra pockets here. So I went about every 1.5 feet on the pocket screws, you see. And of course, we don't care what it looks like underneath. But up top, we're going to really seal it. That's after I get done screwing this in, we're going to start on the polyurethane. We're going to seal this thing super tight. See if I can do this one-handed. Can y'all see me? All right, this is it. Let's try.
so we're good. And something I didn't tell you guys is before, on the edge out here, I went and measured, of course, to make sure we're all squared away. And back here, one set of screws back here. You see it suck it down to it. So that's how you know. And we'll finish the rest of them here. Bear with me. Now, excuse me, what I haven't showed you is after we get this installed, we're going to come with the, what do they call that, a little splash guard on the back, 3.5, 4-inch splash guard. And of course, it'll be caulked real nice and neat. All the mud and paint and whatnot will be finished. And there'll be just that little piece going all the way down right here. Because if you look, there's some gaps because the sheetrock wall isn't just right. See the little imperfections right there and down there. So, but that piece will come and it'll clean all that up. It'll be caulked and painted, not painted, stained, polyurethane and all that. But anyway, guys, let me get through installing this and we'll start on the polyurethane. And when it dries, I'll probably put at least 2 coats, but I'm thinking 3. And if you noticed, some of you eagle eyes, this part right here, I didn't really take a lot of time on this. This is going to be cut out. There will be a big sink right there, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time on this section. But over here, slick and smooth. Got a little knot in there just for accident. Fill it with the polyurethane, clean it real good. And yeah, I think that, yeah, I knew there was another one down here, just a little knot. This one should show up as well, just a little character to it, because we're going with the farmhouse theme. So butcher block countertops, why not? All right, guys, real quick before we go, I just want to show you what I was working on there. What I was working on was a repurposed 55-gallon drum, the plastic type. I was cutting in a notch. Let me show you. I was cutting in a notch for this fill valve. You can see the notch I cut in here, and I had to cut in a little spot right there for the water hose to connect to it. It's just a little float valve, floats when it fills up, adding plenty of water for the cows for these hot Mississippi summer months. And also, one little thing I had to do, I had to put a little piece of 1x there to kind of as a spacer, and then screw it to it. Of course, garden hose hooks up, but why not? Also, next to the repurposed bathtub, you remember the saying, use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. Can you hear these guys back here? Can you hear that? Oh, they're over here. Little guy wants to be on camera. It's just crunching that grass. Oh, beautiful sound, right? All right, you guys have anything you want to add before we go? Nothing. All right, good. Well, until next time, may God bless and keep you.